So we got a DM from one of our online Matrix members, our online community. He asked us, he has a lot of coaches that he follows don't believe in a swing plane. He knows that we do and a few others do. And he wanted to know what the difference was in kind of adhering to a swing plane or just thinking there's no such thing. This is kind of a topic, if you're a golf swing junkie, you either believe in swing plane or you don't believe in swing plane. One of our mentors, Scott Hamilton, I watched him give 1 million golf lessons over the years. He is a big proponent of swing plane for this one simple reason. And this is what we never hear talked about with regards to swing plane. And it makes a massive difference when you're actually playing golf.
Yeah, it's getting the club in a spot early on in the backswing where you can just change direction and hit a shot. And that's kind of how I built my golf swing just over the years. You know, golf, you don't just take full swings all the time, right?
And to kind of further drive that point home, we had a call a couple weeks ago before the Masters, and Sam Burns' coach reached out to us, and he wanted to bring Sam down right before the Masters, get him captured on gears, and see what was going on in his swing. One of the things Sam said as he was in here warming up, he said, golf is a backswing sport. And there could be no truer words, right? So two knuckleheads like us are saying it, great player like Sam was saying it, great coach like Scott saying it. You want to have the club in a position mid backswing to where you can just change directions and not have to make a bunch of manipulations. All sorts of swing ideas and theories can work when the club goes longer and longer, but again, that's not real high level golf.
Well, and the ultimate test is when we have someone come in here and tell them to make like a slower swing, but full. They're using all that speed to like throw in some compensations to be able to hit a shot. They cannot take speed off a shot when their club is way off plane.
Yeah, so it's like if the golfer's got a normal 80 mile an hour swing, we say, okay, I want this next swing to be at 40 miles an hour, but still a full range of motion.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't take speed off and the ball goes everywhere. It's not as easy as it sounds. And the DM that we got from our online member, I was like, okay, so send us a swing of you hitting a little off-speed 8-iron.
Yeah, 3/4 shot.
And it was as long as his normal, so he just decelerated. And I go, that's why this is important to be swinging on plane. And plane's a two-dimensional, there's a plane that exists for every part of the body, but swing plane's a two-dimensional, you know, you've seen line drawing. So it's a reference, it's a visual reference.
This is a visual
for
reference.
The player.
Exactly. And I think this really rears its head. We call it no man's land. It's like that 50-yard shot.
Right.
You put an average golfer at 50 yards
and
they're struggling because they're having to, well, now they know they can't make a full swing.
Right.
Or if they do, they have to decelerate so much and take so much off it, it's not playable at that point. So that's when you put them in that spot with a little pressure, you see a lot of bad shots coming out because they haven't put the club in a spot where they just change direction and boop, they can just chip that ball 50 yards like it's nothing.
All right, so let's set up Swing Coach and demonstrate some of these and show you how difficult or how easy it is to kind of this backswing sport, as Sam likes to say. If you haven't already done so, make sure to click on that subscribe button. Check out the pinned comment below. There's a link in there. You'll get more free videos by clicking on that link as well. So we've got Swing Coach set up on the tripod here, and Shaun, I'm going to get out of the way so it doesn't think two golfers are in there. And the first swing that I want you to demonstrate here is to get the club too steep. So you can think about, you know, a backswing where the club goes outside and has to loop back in. So let's kind of hit an off-speed shot where that's the case.
And is it, what do we have it set on, downswing or backswing?
We've got it set on downswing.
Okay.
But you're going to put yourself in that position for this off-speed shot, an off-plane, above the plane backswing.
And then just come down the same spot?
Yeah.
Okay,
Then try to hit a straight ball.
Okay.
Okay.
Good swing.
What did you have to do that?
I had to put a loop in it. So from this down the line, I mean, this camera, I went up and then had to loop it to get it somewhere. So
you heard good swing, you put it on plane, which is the only parameter we're checking is just a downswing plane. So you were able to plane it. Is that something you would want to do under the gun? Have to gauge how much loop you have?
No, because that was a lot of work.
You can do it. Let's see if you can do it 2 times in a row.
All right.
A lot of work on an off-speed shot is not a good combination.
Club at half down, shallow by 1.
Okay, so you overdid a little bit and you thinned it.
Yep.
So again, we've got 50% good, that off-speed swings should be like automatic.
Yeah.
Not half the time they're good. All right, let's do one now where we start it for more of an inside takeaway and try to change course and
see a lot of this.
make an on-plane downswing.
In golf school. So I'm going to suck it inside and then try to plane
Well, just, yeah, nothing crazy, just an inside, yeah.
Club at half down, shallow by 1.
Yep. So I put it in a similar spot. It's just more work. I have to loop that and loop that the right amount.
And that's a
time.
scary loop to make when you have to go out.
Felt like I might shank it.
Now, exactly right. So we'll have you hit one more of those and try not to loop it. So just try to come straight down from that inside takeaway.
More of a stock. Oh, just try to come straight down.
Yeah.
So inside to inside, kind of.
Yeah.
Club at half down, shallow by 6.
Okay. So for an all-speed shot, especially with a wedge, now we're getting in dicey territory when you get the club that laid off coming down.
And under.
It really goofs up the low point, goofs up the path, goofs up the plane. So those two variations were a lot of work. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would never want to do that. That did not make me feel good.
I've played a lot of golf with you. I know you're very good at these shots because everyone always comments on how simple your swing is.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that going on. And we see golfers all the time in schools. This golfer that sent us the DM is a great example of having to work really hard when you start to minimize how long the swing gets. All right, now let's do more of a stock on-plane backswing, change directions, downswing.
Club at half down, shallow by 2.
Okay, that's your normal pattern.
I tend to get it a little under and overdraw too. So this is good practice for me.
But you didn't have to make any changes there. You
I
didn't have
just
to reroute the club.
took it up, changed direction, boom.
Okay, great. So let's do one more of those,
Okay.
and then we'll kind of talk about a way to kind of start to practice this.
So 3/4. Got a little steeper on it.
Okay, you try
Club at half down, shallow by 2.
Oh,
to. Okay.
Feeling
You
real.
want one more crack at it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's try one more. Camera's in a good spot. Thin.
Club at half down, shallow by 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's me working on it. Some I mishit it, but this is great practice for me.
And this is the setting you typically practice on.
Yeah, because I
right?
tend to get the club under.
All right. So the way you want to practice this and get good at doing this is by setting up a feedback station, right? Because just trying to get on plane, because again, it's not a tangible thing, swing plane. You want to set the camera, first of all, in a good position. So we've got the camera set up roughly hands height, right behind the hands. So you get a true representation of what your plane is, and then work on, you can grab a wedge and just work on these 3/4 half swings and see if you can start to make the backswing and downswing plane be very similar. We prefer using the Swing Coach app because it's as easy as what Shaun just did. In 2 swings, he was able to start to get more on plane than what you typically do.
And we have on the website, we sell a little laser that screws in the
That's a
back
great
of the club.
old school trick.
You click the laser, you can go on our store and get one and watch where that points. Just try to set it somewhere along the target line on the backswing and just trace it back down. That's how I learned how to have a decent
Right.
backswing. I bought one of those lasers a long time ago and worked at it a lot.
The laser's been around before apps. My dad used to hold a small flashlight
Same idea.
in his grip, the same thing. You just need something tangible to train this intangible thing called the swing plane. Once you understand that, then not only your better swing, your full swing is going to be better, but also these key off-speed swings.